I'm glad that Meghan particularly is vindicated, because the British press absolutely, they ripped into that lady. They tore her to shreds. They ripped her. I mean, anyone with a shred of common sense would know that all of this is deeply rooted in racial bias. And it was interesting to watch that interview. So I just go straight to the point. If you've not watched it, if you found yourself in this reaction video, I'll urge you to go watch it. I'll advise you to go and watch it. All right, it's very important to watch it with an open mind, and it's also yeah. Somebody said the price of freedom. Yes, it's absolutely, it's staggering. Makes your belly turn, man, and it's worth noting that it's actually a 3 hour long interview from what I gathered. But for us here in the UK, ITV, they basically had exclusive rights to showing this, and it was basically cut down for TV, which is understandable. They had to show ads and monetizing all that stuff. So I would still love to see if I can get to watch the 3 hour version. I'm not sure if Americans watch the 3 hour long version, but they said it was actually taped for 3 hours. So the version that we watched, was in fact cut down. Now, before I carry on and talking about the video, it's worth noting that Meghan had let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Oh, I'm not surprised, man. Pastor John Williams said you're living in a cave if you're surprised. I am not surprised. I'm not surprised about the whole racism and all that. But what you find surprising, because what this did is it gave us, it's like providing you access into a sort of someone's experience that you never knew existed. This is Meghan's own interpretation. I've never been in our shoes. None of us has been in our shoes except for Harry, our partner, our husband, who is probably aware of all the things that happened to her and stuff like that. She was suicidal and stuff like that. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about the whole racism and stuff. You have to look at British press, the media, the treatment of that lady for you to know, the likes of Piers Morgan and all that stuff that they bang on about, man. But let me just show you something quickly. Let me show you something. Let me share my screen. Share screen. So 1 second. Right, 1 second. So basically, notice of UK papers lost in Meghan, Markle's lawsuit must appear in front page. A UK judge rules. I know some of you, I think most people know this already, that she had an ongoing lawsuit about, breach of privacy and intrusion. This is what I was saying about the British press. So this is quite, for me, the fact that she has this judgment against them is, for me personally, I don't know this woman in person, but I'm happy that she got vindicated. She got this judgment. It's absolutely fascinating. It's a case law. It's set in stone, and it's a major slap on the collective faces of the British press. They went after this woman like pack of hyenas. So the judge said the notice must appear for a week in the Mail's website. So I'll just give you a quick background. Said notice of the British newspapers lost in a court case involving Meghan Markle must appear on its front page, be posted on his website for a full week, a UK judge has ruled. The Duchess of Sussex and her husband, Prince Harry, in 2019 had sued Associated newspaper, publisher of the Mail and its website, alleging the publication that invaded Markle's privacy and infringed on her copyright by obtaining and then publishing the contents of a letter from Markle to her father, Thomas Markle, the Guardian, had reported. So, articles about the letter appeared in the Mail on Sunday and Mail Online. website, according to the sources. So the Mail's notice about its court defeat must appear on the front page, of the Mail Online Sunday, and must be posted on the website for 1 full week, and include a hyperlink to the full court ruling. High Court Judge Lord Justice Warby decided. So Markle, she had requested that the notice remain posted online for 6 months to act as a deterrent for future infringers, but the judge was not persuaded, in terms of the timescale. So yeah, that's that. Before that, so let's crack on with it, man. Let me go back to my streaming. Yes, the British press is man, come on, man. The British press, man, they are a pack of hyenas, man. I've always said it, and I'm sure you know this. Everyone knows this. The premise of the attack on that woman is simply because she's not white, plain and simple, right? So one of the things I picked from, which is the basis of my reaction tonight, from the interview, it was quite emotional. It was quite gut-wrenching listening to her say. There were conversations at that point. Oprah asked her, and was talking to her alone. She was sat by herself right across Oprah, and she said there were conversations by senior members of the royal, household, basically what the color of the baby would be, man. How the baby would look like and things like that. Wow. Because I know for a fact, if Meghan was white, that conversation wouldn't have happened. They would never have had the same conversation with William's wife, is it Kate, right? They would never have had that conversation. That's one of the most racist things that you could ever come across. So, and she even said, when she got into the royal family, they didn't take her through the process. She was sidelined. Nobody taught her anything. She had to go and Google herself, maybe how to sit down, how to present yourself, how to interact. It was all intentional. It was all intentional. And then eventually Harry himself came into the picture. Oprah asked him the same question about their child. He confirmed it, but he wouldn't give the names of, the royal members of the royal family who asked that type of question, which again is deeply rooted in racism. It's absolutely, yeah. Somebody says someone here felt uncomfortable at the truth. Even, and just so you know, right, to know how devious the British press can be, right? Before Oprah's interview even got aired in America, right? They just saw snippets, tiny little snippets online. They went guns blazing. A few days ago, they tried to come out with, these baseless, of course, carefully calculated allegations of Meghan might have bullied some member of staff in the royal household, which, of course, anybody with a shred of common sense would know that it's a retaliatory action. It's a further attempt at the implementation of their racist plans to absolutely destroy, the woman. And that being said, one of my observations was the fact that Prince Harry himself, if you watch that carefully, and it's understandable, man, it comes from a very powerful house and stuff. You can see the dude is broken in the sense that you genuinely love a woman, you buy the woman, and you see them drag her through the mud. Oprah asked him, all of this was race related, and he confirmed it. It's because of her race. It's just because she's not white. So the British press particularly saw this woman as, you're going to put a stain to the bloodline of the royal family. They didn't want it. They wanted to break her mentally, destroy her, completely obliterate her. And when Harry eloped with her, disappeared with her, moved to to the other side of the world, they had a lot to say. They called him a coward. They called him all sorts of names in the book. And the thing for me is, like I said, if there is anybody, I'm going to use this story and bring it back into our community. For those of you that still come here, especially us black folks. Now, I was saying, having a conversation with my missus earlier. Imagine, look at Meghan Markle. She's beautiful in her own regard, right? I've got nothing against the woman, not a shred of difference against her, no bad blood against her. Okay, I wish her all the best with her life. I don't know her in person, but imagine if she was like somebody of a darker hue, like me, or even a proper black woman, like me, brown, or even darker than me. Just imagine the hell. She said it got to a point that she nearly absolutely crumbled mentally. She considered suicide. You could see the pain. You could hear the pain in her voice. You could see the pain in her eyes, even sitting through that interview and breaking into tears and all that. Some people would hijack this and still say, oh, here we go. Oh, she's an actress. It's so blah, blah, blah. Because what? They created a pseudo profile of an opportunist. Oh, she used Harry for a social climb. Oh, she came in to strip him away from the royal family. I knew from day dot that's just utter nonsense. Now, here is the bit. Remember I said I am not surprised, right? Here is the bit that shocked me to the core of my being. Here is the bit that shocked me the most. Here is the bit that shocked me the most. When Harry came into the picture and he sat down talking to Oprah, right? He said in the first quarter of 2020, because he talked about how he struggled to pay for security. They cut off his security, right? It was basically like a retaliatory action because he left with his wife. He felt he had to protect her, which was a noble thing to do. Even, let's forget about him being white or whatever, right? If my woman has been hounded, I mean, that's the woman you pick to marry and spend your life with. You have a duty of care to protect that woman, right? You have a duty of care to protect that woman, to protect your children, to protect your wife. You professed your love for her, right? So in him protecting her, leaving that what appeared to might have been a toxic environment, because particularly the attack from the British press. They basically stopped providing security to Harry. And he made it clear himself that it took him aback, right? And what did they do in the first quarter of 2020? They cut off his monetary supplies. They cut off his finances, right? So that to me was a kind of to destabilize him, perhaps a sort of weapon or carefully orchestrated plan that if it goes broke, he would have to perhaps abandon his wife, which is what they wanted, to frustrate him, and then they would end up, breaking mentally and separate, and he can come back. And then he made reference to he had to leave off the money that was left to him, a few millions, by his mom. And this is what we're talking about, passing on wealth to our children. Remember the recent live stream on my channel? By the way, if you're watching me for the first time, thank you for stopping by. My name is Phrankleen. I'm the brain behind this channel, pro-black community. And we talk about eclectic topics on this channel. If you like what I'm about, don't forget to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button and that little bell button so that you are alerted when I'm online and stuff. Feel free to look through my videos and stuff. So I've always said it. It's a fantastic advantage for him that he was able to dip into the pot of whatever his mother left for him. And he made it clear himself that they were able to leave off that money. Some black kids from Africa and take care of them. They will change the world. Selfish humans, rich people only care about themselves. Valerie, right? I'm sorry, but that's a ridiculous point of view, okay? That statement itself, all right? You don't tell another human being to adopt children from Africa for your own selfish gratification, okay? That's a ridiculous mindset. There is nothing stopping you. Let me let you in on a little secret. Forget about wanting to give a template of existence to the royal family or telling them who to adopt, who not to adopt. With your little £1,500 a month or whatever you do for a living, I don't know you, right? You can help 1, 2, 3, 4 children in Africa. Don't wait for the royal family, okay? And we are the same persons that talk about colonialism. Why do you need them to go and adopt more children in Africa for your own gratification? That's a ridiculous mindset to have, all right? Please, let's just cut out that nonsense. Stop saying that, man. If you want to take care of kids, I don't know what part of Africa you came from. And so I'm telling you, man, you don't have to give your money to any charity. Jump on the plane, yeah? Go to Africa. Trust me, there are children that are existing as I speak that you can take a bit of £500, £300 that you can buy books, school bags, you can put meal on their table. Okay? Stop coming up with this template of how the royals should spend their money. You're too preoccupied with nonsense, man. Stop doing that. You're within your right. If you don't like them, maybe you don't like the royal family or you don't like Prince Harry. I'm not here as a mouthpiece. I'm just reacting to the video that I watched tonight. Okay, I don't follow the royal family, but stop all this white savior mentality. Okay, we are Africans. I can take the little bit of my money. I don't have to wait for Prince William or Prince Harry until they've gone to Africa and take pictures with some black babies with flies on their eyelids, right? If you really would like to give back, take from your money, get on the plane, adopt at least one child, and you can put them through education, or put, at least at the bare minimum, put bread on their table. All right? Stop putting responsibility across the necks of the white folks. We're the same people that will come back and shout, "Oh, racism! Oh, white savior!" All right? Stop doing that, man. It's heartbreaking. I don't. I'm not for or against the royal family. All right. I don't really gravitate towards it, if I'm being honest here. But what we've seen tonight, for me personally, no surprises, because I know. Even Harry himself talked about how he wasn't so sure about mixed race and all that. I don't want to go into all that, and I'm just surprised. Can't knock the brother. It says a lot about his upbringing and all that. But in there somewhere, I have a feeling that he has good intentions and stuff, right? And he did what he had to do to protect his woman. The press went after him. The likes of Piers Morgan have used social media to spew hate after hate after hate and all sorts of toxicity against Meghan and try to destroy this woman, discredit, defame, say all sorts, and try to align her with the Khashoggi guy, that had somebody murdered because she was given a gift of earrings or something like that. All sorts of form to discredit. But I am actually happy by watching this interview, particularly what runs concurrently with that is a recent court judgment for her. Boom! It's a big slap on their face. The way the media treated Meghan, let me read that. The way the media treated Meghan compared to Kate shows racism of Britain. Absolutely. Meghan knew what she was getting into. Now, you see, a lot of us, most of us, not even a lot of us, most of us here, we're regular people. We live outside the confines of this family, right? We can just only try to connect 1 or 2 dots here and there. Now, of course, she knew she was going into a royal family. Come on. But she had no clue, I can assure you, of that she would be met with these perhaps these complexities that she was met with, and the ridiculous ill treatments. Imagine you being pregnant and somebody asking you what your baby would look like alongside the colors, members of the family that you're married into, and all because you don't look like them. Harry said he wasn't fully aware of unconscious racial bias until the UK media discriminated against his wife so blatantly. You know what? Thank you for saying that, Audrey. Harry said, I'm going to read that again. He wasn't fully aware of unconscious racial bias until the UK media discriminated against his wife so blatantly. Really? Yeah, I heard that bit. I had to let it slide. But do I believe that? No, I don't. No, I don't. Come on, man. He's well informed as a grown man. I don't believe that. But we'll just give that a pass, man. Just because she knew she was marrying into the royal family doesn't mean she deserved being mistreated. Thank you, Janine. And maybe she thought after they married they would protect her. Yes, thank you. She said that at the end. Because when Oprah asked her, do you have any regrets? She basically said she thought she was going to be protected. She trusted them. She believed them. And it's, look, man, we're humans, all right? Understandably so. Understandably so, man. And look, man. Let the truth, let the truth be, let the truth be told. Um, let the truth be told, man. Harry, this is my own observation. Harry was carefully choosing his words. He made it clear that there's a bit of a tension between himself and his brother William at the moment, a bit of a strain in their relationship, but he didn't speak negatively of his brother. He was grown up about it, but he also made it clear. He talked about how his father stopped picking his calls. You see, the moment he took charge of his personal life and decided to put his foot down to protect his family, you know, he said there's a bit of a friction between him and his dad. Dad stopped picking his calls at some point. So Oprah asked him, why did your father stop picking your calls? And he said, I decided to take charge. And what was taking charge? Protecting your woman, your children, and from the vicious British press. Somebody said she came against the family of two brothers. That's nonsense. She did not. She did not. All right. I understand there are people who, for whatever reasons, you probably don't like Meghan. It's understandably so. You've found yourself on my timeline tonight. I can respect that. Okay, everyone has got right to their views. But what I stand for, regardless of your views, there is and there shouldn't be any place for racism. All right. If you're black, of course, you fight against racism. All right. If you're white and you claim not to be racist, you should fight against racism behind your closed doors, as you would do in the public, so that it wouldn't appear you're pretending. All right? Right. Meghan. Meghan spent life in Swirl, California. She probably was shocked that they didn't offer her protection simply for increased levels of racism, and Harry. Yeah, I mean, look, man, think about it, man. You would also look at William's brother, right? Who is also a bloodline in the royal family. It's understandable, right? That's a white counterpart. William's brother's wife, Kate. I'm sure she has all the protection, she has everything and all that stuff. So if you look at how that person, these are two brothers, that person's wife is being treated and navigating the system with no problems at all, and then you're treated differently. Even a child can smell that, can spot that this has been unfair. Do you get what I'm saying? So there is no racism here. All couples ask what color their birthday kids' eyes. Grow a backbone. David, David, if you say there's no racism here, David, I'm going to have to block you, all right? There's racism. Britain has an extensive history of racism, built off the back of racism. You can be in denial all you want. The British press is a cesspit of racism, okay? For you even saying there's no racism here makes you racist. You understand me? Facts. I've got to tell you, brother, okay? You can be in denial all you want, all right? This is the problem. This is the problem. You know, as soon as you get racist people, they try to say, oh no. And one of the worst things that I see is white folks want to tell black folks how they should react to racism. They want to keep your voice down. Then you are the one with the problem. Why is it normal? I mean, look, man, I don't know Meghan. I've never met her in person. I probably would never come across that woman the rest of my life. Why should any human being, just because of the color of their skin, be subjected to that? Why should they? Why should they? Come on, man. There is no racism here. Oh, she's a chancer. She's come to the royal family to do such and such to Harry. Oh, she's come to do this. She's used him for social climb. All you've got to do is go on Google, go and read through the truckload of nasty, toxic articles by the racist British media. There is no racism here. That's enough to bless you with a block button, man. Comment to Harry. Well, I don't know. You know, they asked Harry. That's a good point. Who made the comment, you know, about the baby and stuff? And you could see his body language. It could have been anyone. It could be, you know, it could be anyone, man. But he basically refused to divulge that information. That's totally unnecessary. You know, that's the perhaps, you know, because of course, it's called damage control. You know, if he goes into identifying particular persons, this will snowball, man. This will have ripple effect and damage. You see, let's be clear. For me, it's not about to get gratification to watch the royal family crumble in its totality. No. It's really about um, what do you call it, man? Educating people and having tolerance for other humans around you. Stop treating people less favorably because they don't look like you. That's what we're about, to educate people and the world to be a better place. Plain and simple, man. No, let me read that. They have no problem to Kate right off the bat. She was perfect as stated by media. With Meghan, it was racism issues and problem from the beginning because she has black in her. It was a problem, and that's a fact. Mura Massa, you've said it all. Absolutely. That's the foundation of the problem. You have the likes of isn't it funny though? You have the likes of Piers Morgan every day on Twitter. Every day on Twitter, man, mudslinging, writing articles, disseminating toxicity, but it's okay. Every day. Every day. Kate got a lot of crap as well. Can't deny it. Let's say, for argument's sake, that Kate Phrankleen, I love how you block that commenters, blah blah. Perfect. Cheers from New York City, man. Lancy, thank you. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the super chat. All right. Let's be civil. But if you don't want to be civil, I'll bless you with the block button. All right. That's yeah. I can't stand Piers Morgan, man. Yeah. Piers Morgan is a tool, man. Somebody said prick Morgan. Someone else played because they said she was accepted by the family originally, but then a few months after marriage, everything went left. If she was truly accepted, right, she wouldn't have been treated like that. Ashley Lauren. Thank you for the super chat. Words matter. Avoid a January 6th situation. Some whites try to deny people of color the same basic human experiences they have, of course. And let me say something. One of the things that hit me differently was Harry saying he feared. I get it. Why the guy would take his woman and run. Everyone's got opinion and mudslinging. Oh, he's a traitor. He ran away. Basically, you know, they're twisting the stories. But you can imagine the experience growing up with that trauma, how his mother died. And this dude is looking at it that the same thing is about to happen to my woman. I'll do the same. Wouldn't you do the same if you're a dude? You know? Oh, there are plenty of trolls in here tonight, man. Right, they're also racist against Muslims. Didn't die in a die of Trisha Goddard told Piers Morgan off today. Of course, there's so many, Jackson, I mentioned you a couple of times. Let me read some of the comments and then we wrap up. So yeah, above all, my final words is, personally, there are no surprises for me. I am thoroughly aware that the British press is absolutely toxic and cesspit of racism. That's without shadow of a doubt. With how they've treated this lady, I'm happy she got the judgment. Let's bring that up again. Let's bring that up again, just to piss off the trolls. Just bring that up very quickly, and then we'll wrap up the show. The notice of judgment. It's just. There you go. There you have it. She won the lawsuit. It's quite, she was vindicated, which is great. So for me, no surprises. It was nice to get a bit of an insight into what was going on behind closed doors and to hear the woman speak of her clearly negative experiences. People can hijack this, they can disregard. For those of you that clearly are aware of racism, ill treatment, and you keep denying, you're pretending, I wish you all the best. I hope you find happiness. I hope you find joy in your respective lives. But for us black folks, there's another lesson for you. All right. If you haven't seen that documentary, go and watch it. Okay. On that note, that's me done. Thank you for the super chat. This is your first time. If you would consider subscribing to my channel, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, click the bell button, select all, so that you're notified when I'm online. If this channel is not your cup of tea, that's absolutely fine. Feel free to go watch something else. But thank you for stopping by. And once again, if you're a racist troll, there is more to life, all right? There is more to life. It's nice to have goodness in yourself and put goodness into the universe. For people like us, we don't acquiesce to racist people. We don't bend over. We don't cave in. It doesn't matter what nasty words you call us. It doesn't matter. Black is beautiful. Black is powerful. Black is marvelous. I am black and proud. I am the prime being. We don't bend over. We don't acquiesce. Black and proud for life. Black and proud for life. All the best. All the best to all my black kings and queens. Peace and good night. It's your boy Phrankleen.